Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Old Try Hard Gaming with me, RollCaseTV, where it's said to me he does the best he can with what he's got, which I admit is not a lot of talent, but it is a whole lot of snow and not a lot of fuel. But it's okay. I got a rescue truck ahead of me. We are finishing up scouting the very last map, and part of my 100% playthrough is I scout every pixel on the map. So I got to get this prototype exploration unit somewhere around here where I think it will scout. The black side tells you it hasn't been scouted, and that's the only area right now that has a black side, and there are no gray areas in the middle of the map. So, yes, I have, I guess I should have scrolled in. No, don't accidentally put it there. So that's it. I got to get this truck there, but it doesn't have enough fuel to both get there and run the exploration unit. So I'm just trying to get as far along here as I can, and then I will whoops, not that button. And then I'll run the Rezvani down here, which is not that far away. But then my scouting will be all done. Well, the scouting of the map will be all done. I may still have to go around and unlock tasks and that I haven't come to, and you know, pick up trucks maybe or upgrades. But that I will do in concert with running tasks. I have not run tasks on this map at all. So I have a particular organizational structure that I use, which is you know, questionable whether it is the best structure to use, but yeah, I am not going to have enough fuel to get over the Hercules, but it has plenty of fuel on it, and it will also be able to get here and still have enough fuel. It'll be able to go through this terrain much easier. But I got to get this thing through the terrain anyway, because the Hercules, though I love it, cannot carry a scout trailer. And I know not everyone loves the Rezvani Hercules, but this is a restricted playthrough. My restrictions are I must scout every pixel on the map, if at all possible. I must map every pixel on the map if at all possible. I must retrieve and sell every trailer that I use or that I find. I must do the same thing with every truck on the map that I find, and I only use trucks you can't find on maps, which means they have to be external to map paid DLC vehicles. That's part of my easy mode. It's not really easy mode. There's no easy mode. But I'm not playing in hard mode. I'm playing only with pay to play vehicles. pay to play, pay to win, not pay to win. Although some people call them that, and they're not all OP vehicles. On the map, you can definitely find better vehicles. But I'm only using vehicles that at this point, I'm only using vehicles that were available through, let's see, season 16 or something like that. Or no, less than that, season 12 or something like that. But I am open to buying any other vehicles once they release them that are better, that meet my needs a little bit better. I kind of have the idea of having a selection of 6 vehicles in rainbow colors. So if I get another vehicle and I want to keep the ones I have, how far is that Rezvani? Where is the Rezvani? It's right there. I'm almost there. I might have enough fuel to get to it. Although this mud is going to make it a challenge. This Jeep is light enough that it can winch on just about anything without breaking it. If you don't hold the winch down, you just pump it a little bit. Problem is, it's so light that it can barely carry this prototype exploration unit, or the pew 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 as I call it around. Come on, baby, you're almost there. You're almost there. If I can get range of the Rezvani where it's sitting. I can't see it on my map yet, but I know it's there. There it is. There it says. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it close enough. I'm going to make it close enough I can just refuel without changing trucks. Okay. Stop the engine. Refuel. Yay. And it's nice. This was something that they added to the game not too long ago, only like a few months ago, where you can refuel from another truck's accessories. You don't have to like fuel it into the truck and then, you know, fuel it into oops. Now that will be on more than enough, because I only need one more search. In fact, that's too much. Well, I might have to do 2 radars if I miss it, so that's fine. And the Rezvani can stay there. I'm playing a normal mode game, no mods, no new game plus, just a normal mode game. Somebody asked me, what's easy mode? Do they have an easy mode? And no, they don't, but that's kind of the reason it's in parentheses or quote marks, is because that's kind of so many people play on YouTube and Twitch as content. They play hard mode. It's always hard mode. Don't you want to play hard mode, or don't I want to impress you with my skills by playing hard mode? I'm not out here to impress anyone. I'm also not out here to teach anyone. This game is deep enough that pretty much anyone can pick up tricks and tips that other people, even people that have thousands of hours in the game, have not seen. So there are things that I've come across that not everybody knows, but I'm not really trying to teach you. I'm definitely not trying to teach you the most optimal route to anywhere, because it's pretty much a blind playthrough. The only region I played through fully before this was Michigan, the very first region, and I played about half of Alaska and dipped my toe into Tamir in a multiplayer game. And but that's it. And so then I decided, you know what? I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. I can do a playthrough. I should have put fuel in my roof rack. Why didn't I think to do that? Oh, I don't have that far to go, right? Oh, I do have a bit far to go. Where's that Hercules? Stop engine. Where's the Rezvani? Go find him. Give him the rest of your fuel. Fill up everything, and then just go recover back to the garage. They won't need you anymore. I love this Rezvani Hercules. People diss it, but it has a tremendous amount of range when you have all the accessories on it, and it doesn't roll over. And when it does roll over, you can just YOLO it down a straight cliff face, and it has a better than 50-50 chance of landing back on its wheels because of the way it's shaped. It's so awesome. Okay, how much fuel can I possibly give this guy? Refuel. Not necessarily the prototype unit, but give him everything I can. From my roof rack to his roof rack. And my other roof rack, his roof rack, and that same roof rack to, no, I'm doing the wrong button, to well, sure. Okay, now his roof rack is full. The Wrangler is full. The prototype exploration unit is not full, but it doesn't need to be. Okay, and now from the roof rack to the Hercules itself. Okay, now the Hercules has full fuel, and it still has fuel in both of its roof racks. Let's get it from, oops. Let's just combine the roof racks. Okay, that has 0. That has 6. That has 0. Okay, so I have 6 more miles to go, and I'll keep the Rezvani out here. The Jeep is full now, so I'll switch back to the Jeep. And put my lights on and keep going. So now I have some reserve fuel. If I need to, I can even pull some out of the prototype unit because it's got more than enough for one search. I like doing this stuff. If you like exploring, Focus Entertainment and Saber has another game called Explorations. It should be called Exploration Runner or Explore Runner, but no, they didn't call it Explore Runner. Most of the people I know that play SnowRunner really have no interest in that game, so I don't know how well it did. I think it did okay, but they call it Explorations a MudRunner game, and it's not really a MudRunner game. It does have some aspects that MudRunner has, but it's definitely a different type of game. It's not a sequel to anything. Let's make it a little lighter. But they also came out with another game recently, which a lot of people that play SnowRunner are playing. Again, it's not a sequel, but it's called Road Builder, which again, I'm really sad that they didn't decide to call it Road Runner. There might be reasons for that. That's a road building game. And they are working on a road driving game to compete with the likes of Euro Truck Simulator, American Truck Simulator, and yeah, I don't think I took the best path through here. I'm afraid I'm going to flip over. And I don't know if they have a name for that yet, other than driver or something. But that's in development. And I also happen to know that I would love, for the longest time, I didn't have Euro Truck Simulator available on the Xbox, but what I've heard is that they are coming out with it on console. A console version of both Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. So if you're a truck sim fan, either the hauler subgenre or just the straight road genre, 2026 is going to be a good year for you. And obviously I'm a truck sim fan. I never played Farming Simulator, Farm Sim, but I'd be tempted. One thing that turns me off is it's got a date. It's dated on purpose. Farm Sim 2022, but you know, does that mean when you come out with your next version, I'm gonna want to never play that version again? Games like SnowRunner are timeless. The game is what, 5-6 years old now, and they just they've just committed themselves to a year 5 of they in 2026 they're going to release another 4 regions, and I was very happy to hear it because 23 is my favorite 2-digit number. Now, am I just intentionally going slower than I need to at this point? Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm doing anything to get up this hill. So 23 regions. Did I say 26? 23 regions. 23 is my favorite 2-digit number for a number of reasons that I've got into in the past. The short story is it's a prime number, 23. In base 10, its first digit is a prime number 2. The second digit is the second prime number 3. You add them together, you get the next prime number, which is 5, and then if you multiply them together, you get 6, which is the first perfect number. Who would not love the number 23? And if you're going to ask me that's your favorite 2-digit number, what's your favorite 3-digit number, I don't think I have one. 4-digit number would be the taxi cab number, which it apparently is not my favorite because I can't even remember what it is. And if you don't know the story of the taxi cab number, look it up. I'm not your ghoul or your Bing. I'm not your Bing brother or your Google daddy. Look it up. No, taxi cab number. If you're not a math geek, you're not going to care. I think Hardy was visiting Ramanujan, who's a famous Indian mathematician, but Ramanujan went to England. He's from India. He went to England, invited to go to England because of his work as an amateur, which is just amazing for an amateur. But he didn't adjust well to the food or the climate, and so he was very sick. He eventually did go back to India, but Hardy visited him, and as the two mathematicians would want to do, Ramanujan asked him, like, hey, what was about a certain number, what was the number of the cab you came over? And Hardy said, well, it was nothing interesting. It was, I want to say 1475 or something. I don't know what it was. I don't remember the number. Sorry to all you math geeks out there. I don't remember the number. You shouted it. Put it in the comments if you're on YouTube. Shout into the comments. And if it wasn't Hardy and it was somebody else, shout that into, because I'm not sure it was Hardy. But Ramanujan, being the genius that he was, he says, actually, that's a very interesting number. It's the smallest number that can be expressed as the sum of 3 squares in 2 different ways, or something like that. So it's a famous number among mathematicians because, the professional professor or mathematician didn't think the number was interesting, and off the top of his head, the great genius Ramanujan just immediately came up with an actual very interesting property of that same number. I don't think it makes a difference. This might be better. It's going to take more fuel, but it might be better. And yeah, the Hercules could have ran ahead and towed both of these things. It only could winch them, so it could winch drag both of these things. And I have done that in the past, but the Hercules is a great scout on its own, and it's definitely more powerful than this truck, but then carrying the Wrangler and the prototype unit together, the Hercules is the best vehicle. Now I have other, obviously bigger vehicles I use for actual jobs, but they're harder to get through, you know, narrow terrain and things like that. And often when I'm doing a bing bing bing, pew pew pew, I need to get through some tight spaces. I think I'm getting close. I'm not even close to getting close. Jeez. All right. I might need more fuel. Oh, the 3 hours. It's going to be 3 hours of this, half of this stream, 3 YouTube episodes. It's going to be me just trying to get to these 2 map points. But that's SnowRunner for you. Now see, I lost my momentum because I stopped to take a drink. If you could call this momentum. Well, now I'm driving on the part that wasn't actually clearly marked as a trail, just through the snow, so. And I believe that I said I had gotten this thing already. But let me check the map and verify. Tools for the warehouse. Tools for the warehouse here. Well, I can ignore that point and just get on the road here. I kind of want to get close enough that it goes away, though. Yeah, there we go. I don't want to have to put up with the challenge of deleting one of those waypoints in the middle. Usually it works fine. You highlight the waypoint and then you hit the same button that you use to add a new waypoint that actually also works to remove an individual waypoint. In my case, it's the right trigger destination point. But I think the reason it's not in the tooltip text or the text at the bottom is because it's tricky. Sometimes it adds a second one there. You have to swing the map around so you get the angle just right until it deletes it. Anyway. Those are one of the things I mentioned, that the game is so deep, even people with fewer than 1,000 hours of the game will be able to tell other people, figure out. I figured that out. Probably had less than 100 hours in the game, and I figured that out. But yes, they have. I was just figuring out earlier in the stream, thinking about it. I probably have around 500 hours in the game, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I can go on. I could go on my Xbox account and it'll tell me how many hours I have. The annoying thing with Xbox, unlike say Steam, it doesn't tell you how many hours you have as hours. It tells you how many hours you have as days, hours, and minutes. What the? Why are you telling me how many 24-hour days I have in the game? It's not like I've stayed up all night for 23 days in order to put in those hours. So you have to sit there with a calculator and multiply their day figure by 24 and then add the hours to it. Way to be annoying, Microsoft. As if Windows 11 wasn't enough of a disaster. Sorry, Microsoft. I love you guys. Keep giving me reward points, please. Thank you. It's interesting that Windows has had this pattern for a while of having a really good OS followed by a really bad one, followed by a really good one, followed by a really bad one. The good ones were always on the odd numbers, like XP was good, that was, I think, 5, and then whatever came after XP, Millennial or whatever, was terrible, and they did Windows 7, then they just went to numbers. They did Windows 7, which was awesome. And then they did Windows 8, which was terrible. And then Windows 9 would have been awesome again, except they didn't have a Windows 9. They would right to calling it Windows 10 to break the pattern. Windows, was it 10 or was it X? I think it was 10, yeah. They stylized it 10. And so they kept the pattern going of every other released version. Maybe internally they had a 9, but every other released version was awesome. And then Windows 11 came out, and everybody is complaining about Windows 11. And Microsoft said, forget your complaints. We're going to force you onto it anyway. We're going to completely deprecate Windows 10. I don't know if you... I have a Windows 10 PC or laptop that I haven't opened up in probably 2 years. So I don't know what's going to happen if I turn it on, whether it's automatically going to just die and say, sorry, it's past your expiration date, you have to upgrade or we're going to brick you. Or whether it's just that you won't get like security updates and stuff. And this thing definitely needs security updates. Like I said, I haven't attached to the internet in years. I've been afraid to, since I don't play PC game anymore. I've kind of gotten this fear of the PC and getting some horrible virus. I could take it someplace and say, hey, could you upgrade this and upgrade all the antivirus stuff on it and get it cleaned up so I can connect it to the internet. But it's 15-year-old laptop or something by now, so I've said before I used to have a nice gaming PC. I was a PC master race guy. Scoffed at anyone who would play on a console, and this is back like in the 360 PS3 era, so there was a reason to scoff, but then my computer blew up. It overheated and everything basically had to be replaced. Couldn't boot it. The hard drives are bad. Likely the BIOS was bad. The motherboard. The power supply. Maybe the video card would have been okay, but I gave up. I was already too old. It was going to cost a lot of money. I foolishly had it in a room that would overheat in the summertime. And for the years I had that thing, every year I had to update something on it. Every year it was either a new CPU, and then eventually that meant a new motherboard, or you need a new video card. Always you need a new video card. And you get a new video card, you're going to need a new power supply, and oh, sorry, this new video card won't fit in your case anymore. You need a new case. Oh, the new games you play take up 10 times as much hard drive space? Oh, well, you can always just drop a new hard drive in there. It's like, always updating. There was this commercial a while back where a guy was so proud to go into the store and buy the latest and greatest, XB11 PC or XB10 PC, whatever the name of it was. And he's driving off with the box. He's got a convertible. He's driving off with the box on the passenger seat in the front, and he's like got his arm on it while he's stopped at a stop sign, so proud that he's got the latest version. And as he looks up, he sees a billboard for the XB10. He's like, oh, see, yeah, I got the latest and greatest. I'm so happy with myself. And while he stopped at the stop sign, he sees the workers on the billboard paste over the XB10 for a new ad for the XB11. It's like it was the latest and greatest, but by the time he got out of the store, it was already obsolete. Such a funny commercial. And I don't even remember what the commercial was for, whether it's for a console or what, but it was a great commercial, great ad. Okay, now can I go faster? Maybe marginally, but not really. Let's try it in low high. That's not usually worth it, but maybe in this case it is. It's kind of like on the border on. I don't know, I think my tires are slipping. I can't get any closer. Part of the problem is it's not just snow, it's ice under the snow. Yeah, I think my tires are slipping. I think this is actually better. I think this is good. I don't think low minus is really necessary. It is just a long slog. I am here to enjoy the drive, as one of my philosophies are. One of my phrases when I sign off the stream. And I'm not a great player. I'm not here to teach you how to play anything. It's a one man's adventure, and mostly I'm just here to talk. It's like a just chatting stream, but with a game going in the background. I would get a lot more viewers, I think, if I put it in the just chatting category, but that would be a bit deceptive. But you can't do a just chatting unless you've got a face cam, and preferably a hot tub as well, based on what I've seen. I mean, based on what I've heard, not seen and not watched any of those channels, of course. Or I think ASMR, I couldn't think of the initial. ASMR is its own category of just chatting. I cannot stand ASMR. If you don't know what it stands for, I don't either. So you would definitely have to look it up. It stands for something that is weird, but what it actually means is obnoxious whispering. And whispering into a microphone at close range while making other sounds, like either scratching on the mic or crinkling something or whatever. Supposedly it makes people that are susceptible to it tingle in some way, and I don't even want to think about why that is or what they're doing while they're tingling. But anyway, yeah, it drives me crazy. I think it jumped the shark on that. People have jumped the shark on that. Do people know where Jump the Shark came from? That's the question. That's something you can Google. The phrase Jump the Shark, where that came from. It actually, as far as I've seen, and the etymology that I've heard, and again, I always preface things I say that I know with that, to the best of my understanding based on the sources I've read. So don't believe anything you hear on the internet at face value. Feel free to look things up on your own, but it's based on a very late era Happy Days episode, where Happy Days used to be a great show, but then, you know, as the years go on, TV shows start to lose their audience, and sometimes out of desperation they start doing things that are a little bit more out of character and ridiculous. And they had this episode, and I don't know if it was like a two-parter or something, I don't know. Don't quote me on that, I have no idea. But there was an episode where Fozzie was going to water ski and do a stunt a water ski stunt where he was water skiing through shark-infested waters, and he was going to literally on the on water skis, he was going to jump the shark, and so after he did, the crowd, went wild. He jumped the shark! Yeah, he jumped the shark! And it was like, okay, now you know that the show has gone off the deep end, which was the old phrase that people used. So that became the cliche, jump the shark. When you were on a good path and you had a good thing going, and then you kind of just got a little crazy and out of touch. Yeah, he jumped the shark. Happy Days was a good show, and yes, I watched it on its original run. I mean, that was what, like 70s, so that's not surprising that I watched that on its original. That and Mork and yeah, I did watch some Mork and Mindy, but Laverne and Shirley, all that stuff. 70s shows were kind of cool. There was a trucking show, Moving On. And I can't remember the names. Marlon Perkins? I don't know. Don't quote me on the actors, but there was one who was fairly well-known actor, and then one other guy. It was a buddy show for two truck drivers, two I think owner-operators, and getting into adventures. They tried to romanticize. Yeah, I just want to get as far as I can up here somewhere. If I can get like here, that'd be great. As far as I can get up that hill. And truck driving is not a romantic at all job. It's a job that, it definitely has mental health crisis to it. It's a pretty depressing, grueling job. But this show made it sound very romantic. And as I said before, I grew up working class inner city, so thinking about getting out on the road and having adventures. That's like where it's at. So, yeah. And of course, the number of bar fights they got into was quite a large, cliched number. Their adventures were always in running away from, whatever, gangs or whatever. Anyway. Right, I think I can get through here somehow. I'm trying to get past this tower. Then I'll know that I'm as far as I can go, though. I'm probably okay where I am. I did get that thing broken, but the farther I take it, the more likely I am to get it stuck. I don't want to get the trailer stuck. Yeah, the trailer's kind of stuck now. So let's do it from here. And if I have like one little spot that I don't have marked, the sadness will be real. But I think I'm close enough. The odds that it finds anything are very small. Okay, moment of truth, hitting the button. Yeah, baby, look at that. All the brown. I am done scouting the entire map. Everywhere, every pixel on the map. Zoom in. How do you zoom in? Zoom in. Every pixel on the map. All the edges have brown edges, which means the edges are all scouted. And verifying that everything else is gray in the middle of the map is a little bit more difficult. Am I back to where I am? Yeah. All the edges are brown. And everything else on the map, there are no gray sections. I've looked at this much more closely before. But it's hard to tell if there's gray sections or not when everything is white. But I'm done scouting. It's a big deal. Now, I can start doing other things. Oh, there's a upgrade right here. Let's go to this upgrade. I think it's the only upgrade I don't... No, not there. It's the only upgrade I haven't gotten to. I'll try to drag the thing over there, but all I really need to do is get it on a road somewhere and I can retrieve it later. It's much harder to take it back to the trailer store with the Wrangler. So let's tow it back to the road. What might be a road. I would drag it back this far. Yeah, that's not very far. Okay. Oh, I hate the camera things. Look at this. Those wires should not be blocking my camera. I want to make sure I get it hitched to the right thing. Okay. And now, where am I hitching it to back there? One thing they did in this game that's kind of annoying. All right, I will take this view, actually. I will not take this view. This is horrible. Fix your game, Saber. The other thing is, on console, they don't have a great interface for picking an attachment point. You have to hit the D-pad on your controller, and you have to hit the D-pad on your console, and you can't just on your controller, and you can't just hold it down. You can't just hold it down. You have to actually, yeah, push it. There you go. Oops, wrong thing. Release. Do that. Yeah, I'm just going to try to muscle it back through these trees. Back to what is kind of a road here. This is kind of a road. Just get away from the trees. It'll be a little bit easier for another vehicle to get it. Right. And now let's delicately go down that hill. Which I'm not going to do backwards, but I am going to use this to turn around. Very, very darkly. Now, this vehicle is not like the Hercules. If it was the Hercules, I'd just roll myself down the hill and I'd have a better than 50-50 chance of landing on my wheels. But this one is not quite... it's good. It's stable, but it's not quite that stable. You do have to kind of pay attention to hitting the slope in the right angle. Let's get this upgrade. I have to get all the upgrades. It's about 100%, although there are almost no upgrades on the map that help me with my vehicles, because none of these are map-based vehicles that I'm using. Oh yeah, I was talking about some people call them pay-to-win vehicles, but if I'm winning, who's losing? This isn't a competitive game. I'm not paying to beat anyone. All right. Not available for current truck. Imagine that. And I don't have any vehicles this is an upgrade for, which is not at all surprising. Okay. Okay, yes, I got it. Give it to me. Now, do I want to do anything with that? I don't have a lot of fuel to drag it anywhere, and dragging it with this vehicle is much harder than anywhere else. I suppose if I could drag it to the warehouse, that would be good. Which I could probably do with this vehicle. If I can winch back to it. If I can get back enough to winch to it. Where is it? Map. Map, please. Okay. This may not be worth it. I'm thinking this may not be worth it, but the worst thing is I'll tip over and then that's fine. I'm going to recover this back to the garage anyway. It's just that if I can get this trailer to a better spot that's easier to reach, it'll just make it easier to retrieve later. And that's my only goal here, is to retrieve the thing later. Okay, where is it? It's in winch mode now, right? I'm not going to hitch to it. I'm just going to winch it. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, come with me, sir. We're going to the warehouse. Hopefully. Whoa, here we go. It's coming now. I think I've got it on its side or backwards or something, but it travels easier on its side, so. Not even quite sure how to get to that warehouse. Yeah, I gotta maneuver through these tree trunks. I think I got on a tree trunk. Whoa! 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 Oh, how did I manage that? The camera went weird on me. This is definitely not worth it. But now I've got it off the road, I feel like I got to do a better job with it. How? Yeah, this is not worth trying to get it to here. Can I get it over to here? Probably not. Through the trees? No, see, yeah, back up on the road. Yeah, I did a bad thing. I should have left it on the road. How close can I get it to the road now? I don't use the scout winch. I use the... I always use the... Can I even get it off of that tree? Yeah, I think it's done. I'm going to have to send a truck with a big crane to get out of there now. Oh, well. Yeah, I just dropped it in a worse spot. Oh, well. That's the way things go sometimes. It's not worth messing with it anymore. Will it make it lighter if I take all the fuel out of it? Doesn't matter where I get it from, just not from there. Okay. Yeah, it's at 0. Okay, that's fine. We are now going to recover this back to the garage and prepare to get my other trucks out of here. Which, let's see, where are they? They should all be in the garages on the other map. So, they might be in storage. So let's see if they're in storage. Apparently they're not in storage because I can't go up to storage. Okay, well I have to go to the global map then. None of these have trailers on them, right? Oh, I didn't really want to do that. Well, I'm going to have to do that anyway. Oh, I think this one was going to try to drag the service trailer onto the new map. Because I think it's easier to get to the garage. Because there is a service trailer there, and I don't need it here anymore. Oh, bunch of stuff is sitting here. Okay, where was that service trailer? Maybe I'm on the wrong one. I'm on the wrong one. Somebody was going to grab this service trailer, maintenance trailer, and probably the best one to do it is the ZiKZ. So the ZiKZ that is there will come down here and get this trailer. So this guy will recover to the garage. And then go in storage. Okay. And then map. And this guy will stay there. And whoops, wrong button. And then are they both here? They're both here. Okay, he can hitch a trailer. Does the guy have a semi thing? Yeah, he has a semi hitch, so he'll recover back to the garage and go in storage. And then the next job is going to be for this guy. Let's switch to him. There's only one trailer left on this map, and it's that. And he's going to get that maintenance trailer and then bring it to here. And then on the new map, he will... whoops, sorry, bumped my mic, sorry about that. You're going to head out? Cook dinner. Oh, I hear you there. I am starving. Might be back later. Okay, I'm going to be here for another 3 hours or so. Sorry, bumped the mic if that made a big noise. Next job is going to be, I'm about to go on break now. Next job is going to be get that truck here, grab that trailer. It's the last trailer that's on this map. Bring it over through the gateway, because it's a lot easier to get it there than it is to get it up to this trailer store, I think. Because I think the garage and trailer store are very close to that gateway. Because that is this gateway, and the garage is right there. So yeah, he's going to grab it, drag it to there, bring it here, and that's the next task. So we have that to look forward to. And please tell me I've got the right one. Yes. Okay, that's the next task. I'll lay out the map and everything as I start the next episode. Whoa, those lights are bright. So, yes, if you're watching on Twitch, I still got about another 3 hours to go. Thanks again to Squirrel for stopping by. If you're watching on YouTube, that'll be it for this YouTube episode. SnowRunner drops on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@RollCaseTV every day of the week, 7 days a week, at noon U.S. Central Time, which if you want to look that up, you can type Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. But you're better off just typing Iowa. I have nothing against Iowa, even though I live in Minnesota. They have their corn, we have our Spam, so I'm sure corn chowder with Spam makes for a good meal. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we've also got butter and stuff we're famous for, Land O'Lakes. Yes, Iowa time at noon, which is almost always 6 p.m. in the UK and almost never 6 a.m. the next day in New Zealand. There is plus or minus an hour thanks to daylight savings time. Thanks to all of you for watching Twitch. Got another 3 hours to go on the stream. Just going to take a short break. I'll be right back. YouTube, that's it for YouTube this episode. I'll see you in the next one.